In today's physics class, we'll be looking at dimensional analysis. And after this class, I'm very sure that you'll be able to solve any question under dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is a method we use in physics to derive physical formula, or to check the correctness of a physical formula. Now, if you look at the last video I made, I told you we have different fundamental quantities, but there are three major ones, which is the length, the mass, and time. And each of these fundamental quantities has their dimension. For length, the dimension for length is capital A to L, and the dimension for mass is M, and the dimension for time is what? C. So those are the three basic fundamental quantities, and their dimension is L, M, and T. So most physical quantity have these three basic dimensions. So like if you are asked to find physical dimension of any physical quantity, maybe like speed, probably derived quantity like speed, acceleration, force, area, volume, energy, voltage, you can basically get that through their formula. Let's take for instance, let's say we are asked to find the dimension for speed, the dimension for speed. I know the formula for speed, the formula for speed is distance over time, distance over time. And I told you that distance is a form of length. So the dimension for distance is what? L, because the dimension of length is what? L. So we have what? L. And the dimension for what? The dimension for time is T. So we have L over what? T. So the dimension for speed is what? L T minus 1, L over T, or can write this way, L T minus 1. So, and so you might ask me, why is L over T the same thing as L T minus 1? There's a law of indices that says if you have m raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over m, 1 over m. So m raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over m. So it's a law of indices. So we have L over T. It's the same thing as saying we have L over T, right? Same thing as saying we have L times 1 over T. And don't forget, 1 over T is what? You can see m minus 1 is equal to 1 over m. So 1 over T will be equal to what? T minus 1, right? L, we have what? L times T minus 1. We have what? L times T minus 1. So L times T minus 1, we have what? L T minus 1. So that is how we get the dimension for what? Speed. Yeah. So let's find the dimension for acceleration. Acceleration, what's the formula for acceleration? Acceleration, the formula for acceleration is what? Change in velocity, change in velocity over time. Change in velocity over time. And I told you that velocity and speed is basically the same thing, but they have different they have a particular distinction, which is that velocity has a direction while speed does not have a direction. And we just find the dimension of what? Speed to be what? Lt minus 1. So the unit and the dimension of velocity is the same thing as the unit and dimension of what? Speed. So that means our velocity is what? Lt minus 1, because velocity is what? Displacement over time, which is what? Displacement, which is L, and over time, which is T. So we have Lt minus 1 to be what? The dimension for velocity. So, and since we have Lt minus 1 as dimension for velocity, and dimension for time is what? T. Dimension for time is T. So the dimension for acceleration will be Lt minus 2. How did I get that? I told you the law of indices. Let me show you. So since we have Lt minus 1 over T, so this over, you can also put as Lt minus 1 times 1 over T, times 1 over T, because Lt minus 1 times 1 will give you Lt. So you can see it's the same thing. So Lt minus 1 times 1 over t. And I told you in the law of indices, when you have 1 over m is equal to what? M raised to power minus 1. So this is equal to what? T raised to power what? Minus 1. So we have LT minus 1 times T raised to power what? Minus 1. So now, since we have LT minus 1 times T raised to power minus 1, what we're going to do is to also use one law of indices. If you don't understand indices, to understand this kind of thing will be a bit difficult, but let me explain to you. Now look at it, LT minus 1, and we have t minus 1 here, we have t minus 1 here. There's a law of indices that says if you have the same base, if you have the same base and there is multiplication between them, so like it's the same base multiplying each other, so what we're going to do is to what? That base, we're going to add the index, like the indices of the two bases. So like in this case now we have t, so and we have minus 1 here, so minus 1. So what I'm going to do is that instead of you multiplying, you are going to what? Add these two indices. So we are going to have minus 1 plus minus 1. So minus 1 plus minus plus times minus will give you minus. So we have t minus 1 minus 1. So t minus 1 minus 1 will give you what? T minus 2. So t raised to power minus 2. So that's how I get the answer. LT t raised to power minus 2. So LT times L t raised to power minus 1 times t raised to power minus 1 will give us L t raised to power minus 2. So let's look for the dimension for force. So the dimension for force, you have to know the formula for force. And the formula for force is what? Mass times acceleration, which is ma. Mass times acceleration. And your mass, the dimension for your mass is what? M. Dimension for your mass is what? M. And the dimension for your acceleration, remember, we just find the dimension for our acceleration. And the dimension for acceleration is what? LT minus 2. So the dimension for force will now be what? MLT minus 2. MLT minus 2. So let's find dimension for momentum. Let's find for momentum. So if we are to find dimension for momentum, the formula for momentum is equal to, I told you can use two formulas for momentum, because momentum is equal to impulse. Is that I say momentum is equal to force times time, or momentum is equal to what? Mass times what? Velocity. So let's use mass times velocity. So mass times velocity, mass times velocity, mass times velocity. So the dimension for mass is what? M. And dimension for velocity is what? LT minus 1. So it's very simple. This is what? The dimension for what? Momentum. So we are going to find the dimension for energy and pressure. Then I will give you a particular question so we can solve it together. So let's find the dimension for, are we together? The dimension for energy and for pressure. Dimension for energy and pressure. Now, if you look at energy, the formula for energy is what? The formula for energy is what? Force times distance, FD, force times distance. And we just we just we found the dimension for what? Force. And I told you that the dimension for force is equal to what? MLT minus 2. And we have your what? Your distance here. And your distance is the same thing that was L times L. So we have MLT minus 2 times L. So we have L times L, we give what? L square. So we have your energy to be what? ML square T minus 2. So this is formula for your what? This dimension for your what? Energy. ML square T minus 2. So let's look for pressure. Pressure. See, if you know these things, you can find the dimension for any physical quantities. You can find dimension for for what's called for voltage, for what's called electric current, electric charge, any physical quantity, you can find dimension for them. So let's look for dimension for pressure. Pressure equal to force over area. Force over area. That's two. So and what's the dimension for force? Your force is equal to what? M L T minus 2. Just found that. And over area. Area is what? The dimension for area is what? Area, the formula for area is what? Length times length. So dimension is what? L square. So the dimension for area is what? L square. Are we together now? So I think let me clean this part. Let me clean this part so we can get to see it clearly. Now we have MLT minus 2 over L square. So how do we solve this thing? Very simple. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to, let me write it here, MLT minus 2 over L square. So what I'm going to do is just to apply that same law of indices. So just the same as saying we have MLT minus 2, yes, times 1 over L square. Are we together now? Times 1 over L square. And I told you 1 over L square can be same thing as L is power minus 2. I've given you the reason why. So if we have 1 over L square, the same thing as what L is power minus 2. Now we have M L T is power minus 2 times what? L is power minus 2. Are we together now? So now how do we solve this? If you look at, we have one L here and we have L is power minus 2 here. So how do we solve it? So let's quickly solve these two things then to get our final answer. Now since we have one L here times, right, L is power minus 2, the law of indices, it's called multiplication law of indices. So we are going to, the base are common, so we bring the base out, and this L is having the index or the power of 1. So we have 1. Since it's multiplication law, you add, then open brackets, what's the second index? We have minus 2, or the second power minus 2. So plus minus will give you minus, right? So plus minus will give us minus. So here we have minus, right? So 1 minus 2 will give us what? L minus 1. So this is the answer. If it's not clear, let me bring this way. So we have L1, right? Plus minus give us what? Minus 2. So 1 minus 2 will now give us what? L is power minus 1. So this is minus 2 and you have 1. Like you have 1, you are holding someone 2. So what will it remain? So 1. So that is L is power minus 1. So that is how the dimension for pressure will now be M L is power minus 1 T is power 2. So this final answer for you. So you can actually find for any physical quantity, you can find for power, you can find for any physical quantity. So just using this simple method of dimension